Good morning, good morning, good morning, world. This is Living Caregiver Uncut, and we're here today to finish up the application process. So, today is the hiring process. So, after you do the application and the interview, they decided to hire you. So, let's move into that. And, guys, remember to follow me on Facebook at Living Caregiver Uncut and on Instagram at Living Caregiver Uncut. Subscribe to this channel. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be good. Questions are good. I start getting calls and stuff. And so we're going to get into this right now. So, so they decided to hire you and they find a client that is compatible with you. Remember, guys, the paperwork that you're going to sign up to in these offices, pay close attention. Please pay close attention to these paperwork. And if you don't understand something, ask them to give you a copy so you can get someone, not them, but someone else to explain what is on those documents in those fine print, because later on it's going to come back and bite you. Okay, so they decided to hire you and place you with a client. Do not let them make deals, tell you to make negotiation with the client about the living condition and the food and stuff like that. That's their job. These are the agency I'm talking about. They are supposed to go in to the client home, meet with the client before you actually go on the job, so they can see what's going on, and the client can explain to them what they really need and stuff like that, because those are the things that is important for the agency to do before the caregiver get there. So so when they send you to this client, give you all the information, everything's supposed to be already prepared and available for you, your working area. You have knowledge about the client, and they supposed to meet with you and the client the very first day when you started. Guys, they are supposed to arrive with you the same day you're gonna meet with these clients. Some clients want because of the COVID now, a virtual interview before you actually get there, while some clients do a phone interview. If it wasn't COVID, then you'd actually meet with the client before you actually started, because some clients want to interview with different caregivers before she really make a pick or he makes a pick. So so that is very important. Pay attention to the documents, as I said, that you signed in the office. Make sure that your pay, you understand what your pay rate is going to be, your hours you're supposed to be for rest time, break time, your lunch time during the day, and your sleep hours at nights. Those things supposed to be detailed out on every documentation that you're going to keep for yourself, and it's supposed to be explained to you in their orientation. After the application, the interview, then you have orientation. Some places do like 3 days, some places do like 3 8 hours, 3 4 hours, some places do 8 hours one day, and then you kind of get to put a face with the names in the office who you're going to be communicating with while you're on these cases. So so yeah, I don't want to mix up stuff. So yes, so we're gonna move on back to the pay rate. You, as a living caregiver, you work like some clients, some agency do like 13 hours straight, or 14 hours. During those 14 hours or 13 hours for the day, you're entitled to 3 hour total break. You can, it's best if you split it up like an hour, like your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then the normal cutoff time with different agencies, you got to find that out, is like 7 in the morning until 8 p.m. or 7 in the morning till 9 p.m. That doesn't mean if the client need help after 9 p.m. at nights or 8 p.m. at nights, you're not supposed to assist them. You are living with them, so you're still supposed to keep a listening ears, help them as needed, okay? All right. So some clients by that time they're in bed sleeping and stuff like that. You're supposed to help them at nights if they want assistance. And by law, you're supposed to get 8 hours rest time and at nights and 5 hours undisturbed sleep. Once you tap into those 5 hour undisturbed sleep, you're supposed to report it to your agency and the client will pay for that time. I don't know how much they pay, what's the rate, or if they just give you $50 or $40. These are the things you need to find out in your orientation. And these things supposed to be explained to you and be written, you're supposed to get paperwork with all this information so you can always go back and look at it. And one thing I want to reiterate on, you got to be honest. If the client does not wake you up at nights, do not try to collect for this time of, undisturbed sleep. Be very honest with that area. And if the client wake you up one time in your undisturbed sleep, that's okay. You don't have to report that. You report it, but I wouldn't collect for that. I wouldn't say I want pay for that. Because things happen at time, but constantly right through the night, every 30 minutes, every 40 minutes, every 15 minutes, you can't get any sleep. Then you're gonna report that and make time, write it down, make the time, write down the time, what you did for the client, and what time the client went back in bed or go to sleep or whatever. You got to document those things and be very, 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 very honest. Okay, guys and ladies? Remember to be honest. So, and the food and the living condition, the agency is supposed to, go in and do all those things and discuss with the family and stuff like that. So, your food. They said, by law, they said it's $10 a day for food, and they're supposed to have some form of breakfast stuff always at the house, like eggs, bread, milk, coffee and stuff like that, and you get $10 a day. Some clients prefer to pay you the $70 at the end of the week. It goes on your paycheck. And some clients, they, when you pick up the grocery, you pick up theirs, but you make sure you stay in that $70 limit. Okay. So yes, we deal with that part. And know your surrounding, kind of learn where the forks is and the forks and stuff like in the kitchen. Learn about the client's meal, how they do their activity of daily living, what they do in the morning, stuff like that. Bathing. Who don't know what activity of daily living mean? It's mean, shower, teeth, clothing, getting dressed and stuff like that. And whatever the clients do during the day for any form of activity. So that's what that means. And so you're gonna learn those things. Go slowly, don't rush them. Some clients are real slow, some are real swift, depending on what they do. These are the things you're gonna learn the first day. And do not compare them with another client. And they don't need to hear what you do for another client before. Keep that to yourself, because some client may feel like they're not going to get that service because maybe they're in a better position than them or something like that. So don't even talk about that. Just talk about knowing the client and the client knowing you. And if it's private pay, it's the same thing. You go in, you make sure you meet with the client, everything is documented. Talk about with both agency and private client. Talk about your holiday pay and stuff like that. Your vacation, how the vacation part go, how many days they want you to live there and leave and stuff like that. So those are the important thing you're gonna talk about. Okay. Somebody called me, a male called me and asked me about if it's okay as a male caregiver to work with a female client in her home. I told him, well, that is something. If it's privately, they must know why they want to choose a male caregiver. Maybe it's the activity. I don't know. Some clients do request, they want a male caregiver, even though they're a female. Most of the time is because, maybe they can do a lot for themselves, and they mainly just need like a man figure around in the house and to do stuff, maybe heavy stuff, maybe, I don't know. I've never I've never I've seen it, but there's always a family member living there, but other from like um the male caregiver alone living with the client, I've never seen it. I've seen where male caregivers work with female clients, but there's always a member living in some part of the house or across the street or somewhere. So, and I've worked with male caregivers with when I used to work with agencies and still work for agency at times. Um, male caregiver comes in and work the night shift, and I do the day, even though I was a living caregiver during that time. So it all depends on the client's needs and what they're comfortable with and things like that. So those are the things you gotta find out if they will request, just like how they request um, caregivers who is bilingual and stuff like that. So that's their choice. If they request that, then go ahead. If it's an agency and they request a male caregiver, talk with your agency and know the do's and the don'ts, okay? All right, so, well, that being said, let's see if we can talk about something else. The grocery shopping. Do not, most of these clients, they have a card that is, these cards are being monitored, so don't be slick. Listen, guys and ladies, do not be slick and think you can pick up a pork roast and send to your house, or a turkey and send to your house. I've seen caregiver pick up two turkeys on clients' bill and send to their house. Buy stuff, washing machine and send to their house. Listen, you will go to jail. Do not put anything personal on the client's bill at all. Those cards, my tongue is tying because it happens so much time, so often. I've heard it, I've seen it. You are not supposed to put anything personal, not even your soap to wash your body. You buy your soap to wash your body from your own money, from your own pay. Do not buy stuff and send to your house or send wherever or put in the client house from the client's pay that is from the client's card that is personal to you. No. Their card is to buy their food. Buy your food that you're gonna eat in their house. And whatever prescription you gotta fill from the pharmacy for the client. One more thing. If you have prescriptions for yourself, do not use the client's card to pay for your prescription. Do not do it, okay? Do not do it. You will go to jail and you will never, ever can work with the elderly or the vulnerable people because you are a thief and it's an abuse. Stop it. If you're doing it, stop it, please. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go. So if there's something else I'm missing, comment in the comment box below and I'll get at it, okay? I gotta go. I gotta keep this video limited, okay? And it's 13 something, almost 14 minutes. So guys, take care. Remember to subscribe, like, share to my channel. This is your girl, Living Caregiver Uncut. To God be the glory. It's a new week. Thank you, Jesus, for everything that you have done for us and our family. We're COVID free and stuff like that. And guess what? Remember to wear your mask. Wash your hands. You know the thing. And social distancing is important. We are here to save lives and care for the elderly. Goodbye.